Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for those of you who don't know me, hi, my name is Tiffany, and for those of you who do know me, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys how I got this really pretty, just like burnt orange, rusty kind of Thanksgiving makeup. You know how it is. We all like to stunt, on each other on Thanksgiving, while we just sit in the kitchen and sit around in the living room and don't do anything, but you still want to look bomb, So I filmed this look and I really like how it turned out. But yeah, I just wanted to film, a little makeup look for Thanksgiving since it is coming up next week. And I'm honestly just like all cozied up in my room right now, and I was like, let me just get ready for the day and film a little Thanksgiving look. So if you guys want to see how I achieved this look and you guys want to stunt on all your cousins on Thanksgiving with your bomb ass makeup, keep watching this video so you can see how I got this look. And yeah, so before we get into it, just sorry, I know I'm like super inconsistent and I say every time that I'm gonna keep trying to be consistent, but it's a little harder right now. But if you want to, go ahead and please subscribe to my channel. If you want to see more content from me whenever it comes, and maybe leave a little thumbs up if you like this video. But yeah, so thank you guys, and let's just get into it. All right, so like I said, this is gonna be a like Thanksgiving fall kind of look. So we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna get started into the eyeshadow. If anyone's curious, I did do my eyebrows off camera, but these are the products I used if anyone wants to know. So I did use the Benefit Ka-Brow gel to do the tails of my eyebrows, and then I went in and filled everything in with the Foolproof Brow Powder from Benefit also. And for the gel, I used the color number 6. The powder, I used the color number 5. And then lastly, I used the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter to set everything in place. So that's my eyebrows. Wow, I really look insane right now. But let's just get started. So we know we're gonna do like a fall orangey brown kind of look. So I have a few palettes here that I'm just gonna play around with the colors in each of the palettes. So I'm gonna start off using the Eyeless and ColourPop Through My Eyes palette. I'm going to be using the color Sandalwood, which is this color right here. It's just like a really pretty, just like nude basic color. I'm just gonna use that as my base and to highlight my brow bone. So I'm just going to be placing that all over my lid. Then from the same palette, I'm going to be taking the color Euphoric, which is this just really bright, it's just a really bright like orange color. So I'm going to take that one and I'm going to be placing it in my crease. It's going to be my transition shade. So once I'm done really just filling it in and putting it in place in my crease, I'm going to take another brush and I'm just going to blend it out. I'm just going to take this little fluffy brush. I'm not picking up any more product. I'm simply just smoking it out and really just blending it out. Next, I'm going to go in with the James Charles palette, and I'm going to be taking the color, oh my god, why is this so hard to open for me all the time? I always struggle. I'm going to take this color right here, Code James. So I'm going to use that. It's kind of like a brownish orangey kind of color. And I'm going to focus it more on the crease still, but more towards the outside of the eye, the outer corner. So just placing that right here. Okay, so I did zoom in some because I'm not sure how well you can really see what I'm doing, and my camera quality is honestly not the best, so hopefully this helps some. But going back in with the James Charles palette, the next color I'm going to be taking is this pretty rusted color right here. So I'm going to be using that one to pretty much do the same thing we just did, but I just want to intensify the eye a little more. So I'm going to be placing that on the outer corner and blending it. So you can see it's just becoming a really pretty mix of reds and oranges and like burnt colors, like really rusted, which I love. And I'm not gonna bring it in all the way into the eyelid or closer to like this front of the eye, because I am gonna be doing somewhat of a cut crease. So you just really want to focus it on the outer end of the eye. Alright, so now I'm going to do a little bit of a cut crease, so I'm going to be going back. Great. So I'm going to take the concealer, the same concealer that we used earlier, the Milani Conceal and Perfect. So I'm going to be using this one to cut my crease. And I'm only going to do it like halfway. I'm not going to do a complete cut crease. It's just going to go in more towards the center of the eye. So I'm just taking a flat brush and I'm going to start cutting away. A little tip for people with small eyelids. I have pretty small eyelids. I don't have a lot of eyelid space. So what I like to do is I do bring my concealer up a little bit higher when I'm cutting my crease, just so that it kind of gives the illusion of space. And so that you kind of have more to work with. So I'm just putting my concealer on there. Again, not dragging it out all the way throughout the entire eye, just kind of towards the center, because then it's going to take away a lot of that rusted color that we did put on the back. Alright, so now I'm going to go back in with the same brush and the same rusted color that we were just using, and I'm just going to blend it into the concealer so that there's no harsh lines. I'm going to take the Jaclyn Hill palette, and she does have this kind of like really burnt rusted color, which I think I want to add. I want to deepen up the eye a little bit more. So I'm actually going to take that color first, just with this small little tapered brush. And I'm going to use that color just to deepen up, again, the outer edge. I'm going to focus it this time a little bit more towards the crease instead of blending it out as much. So just really focusing it more on the crease and the outer V. So then again, now dipping into the James Charles palette, I'm gonna take this pretty, it's like a really coppery, shimmery color. So I'm gonna be using that one just to place over where the eyeshadow meets the concealer. I want to give it just a little bit of a pop of color there. So I'm gonna be taking some of that and just placing it on that transition. am kind of doing it at an angle. I'm not doing it straight down. It's kind of slanted, like at an angle. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the other eye to get it just up to speed with this one before we move on. So I'll be back. Okay, so now my eyes are caught up to speed together. And I don't really want to do like a wing liner, so I'm just gonna be doing a little bit of eyeliner on the lash line, but I'm not gonna wing it out or anything, nothing crazy. So I'm just gonna be taking this as the NYX Vinyl Black Liquid Liner. So I'm just gonna put some of this on my lash line. And I'm just doing this so that it'll help to conceal the lashes a little bit later when we apply those. Alright, so I decided that I want to add a little bit more glitter. So here I have, this is a Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art. This is a lid, line, and lash, I guess eyeshadow. So it comes with like a pigment liquid eyeshadow on this side. So I'll show you guys. So it's like this really pretty, like coppery and bronzy color. And then on the other end is a glitter. So like that. So I think I want to add some of this to my crease. So what I'm going to do is where I have my cut crease right here, I'm just going to use the glitter on the crease. So you have to be careful though, because I'm going to use another brush actually, because this is very thick, if you can see, and I just know that that's going to go wrong real fast. So I'm going to take this little tiny little brush, and that's what I'm going to use. And you are going to have to go over it a few times because it does apply very lightly. So you're just going to want to go over it a few times. And I'm not dragging it out all the way to the end of the eye either. I'm just kind of dragging it again towards the center, kind of where we cut off our cut crease, where we left the concealer to the eyeshadow. That's kind of like as far as I'm extending it. Now we're going to move on to our skin. So to prime my skin, I'm going to be taking my Milk Makeup Hydro Primer. So this has become literally my favorite primer of all time. So I'm just going to be using this and putting that on my face. So I kind of want to start with a little bit of just getting some coverage. So again, going in with that same concealer we've been using this whole time, the Milani concealer. I'm just going to be taking this one and I'm just going to be covering up wherever I feel like I have any blemishes right now, any dark spots. My skin has been acting up a little bit lately, so I just want to get as much coverage as I can. So just kind of putting this around like that, and then I'm going to blend it out. Just a little bit, not too much yet, because we're about to put on some foundation. So I'm just blending it out a little. So now for foundation, I'm going to be taking, this is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. And I'm just going to be taking some of this. Oh, put it on the wrong side. Hold on. But I'm just going to be taking this and putting it all over my face. So now we have some foundation going on. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some concealer on. So this is the NARS concealer, and it's one of the little mini ones because I wanted to try it out before buying a full-size one. So this is in the shade Custard. So I'm just going to apply some of this under my eyes. And I think as I mix my concealer, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to contour as well. So this is the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer in the shade Toffee. This is what I use to contour. So I'm going to be taking some of this and applying it as well. And I don't really do this often where I like apply them and blend them out at the same time. But I figured let's give it a try, see how it comes out. But taking my Morphe E8 brush, I'm gonna start out with blending out the contour, and then I'll blend in the concealer. And I think I've said it in one of my older videos, but this brush for contouring is absolutely amazing. So if you've been looking for a good like stippling brush for like a cream contour, this is a great brush. And it's Morphe, so it's not like super expensive whatsoever. Super affordable, great brush, changed my life forever, honestly. So definitely get yourself one of these brushes. And then for my nose contour, I don't use the cream to contour my nose. I do use a powder. So this is the matte bronzer from NYX. This one is in the shade Medium. And I do take this one and a Morphe nose contouring brush. And I use this to shape out my nose. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of contour to my nose before I blend out my concealer. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start blending out all of this concealer. So just going in and blending it out. And you really want to make sure that you're getting it into where we just contoured, so there aren't any like crazy harsh lines anywhere. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I want to just deepen up my contour a little bit. So I'm going to be taking the NYX matte bronzer again, and on a little fluffy brush, I'm just going to add a little bit of contour to my forehead, a little bit of bronzer, I said contour, I meant bronzer. Just a little bit on the forehead and on the tip of my nose and around my jawline. Just add a little here. I don't want to get too dark. It looks really dark on the camera right now, but I promise in person it doesn't look as crazy. I think it's just my lighting. But I will just pat it down a little bit, just tone it some. Now I'm going to be setting this down. So I'm going to take, I have my Laura Mercier powder right here, and I'm going to just start setting my face some. I'm going to clean up my contour a little bit, adding some powder down here. So got some powder on. Now I'm just gonna take this little, this is an e.l.f. blush brush, but I use this to wipe off the powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and literally just gently wipe it off. For the bottom, I do like to use more of a fluffy brush just to wipe it all off. So, and I'm gonna add some blush. So the blush I'm gonna be using is, this is the Tarte blush and the shade Party. So it's this really pretty, just like pinky color. So I'm gonna be taking this one and applying that to my cheeks, just for a little bit of a flush. It's a really pretty, just like warm color. And then what's next? Oh, let's go back into the eyes. So going back into the Jaclyn Hill palette, I do want to use that same like really dark burnt color that we used earlier for my lower lash line. So I'm just gonna be taking a little flat brush and I'm gonna take that color to just shade underneath my eye. Just like that, and I'm kind of connecting it to the end of the eyeshadow over here in the corner. So I'm just gonna brush that out and really blend it in there. Then I'm gonna be taking this little kind of like rounded brush and I'm gonna be using that to just kind of smoke it out. Alright, so my camera died, but during the meantime I did put some lashes on and some mascara. That's all I did. So now we're gonna just keep moving on. We're almost done. So I'm gonna highlight real quick. So the highlight I'm gonna be using is I'm gonna be taking my Morphe my Morphe and Bretman Rock collab, the Babe in Paradise palette, and I'm going to be using the color. This one is the color Mahu, so it's this just really pretty gold. As you can tell, that's like my favorite highlighter in this palette. So I'm going to just be using that one. I am going to set my face a little bit using some setting spray. This is the Hangover 3-in-1 Too Faced primer. So I'm just going to put some of that on so that the glow applies, you know, a little more seamlessly and just a little smoother. So I'm going to take that highlighter on this. This is a Morphe brush. This is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill brush, the JH30. So I'm going to use this to highlight. Lastly, for the lips, let's see, I have a couple of options here. So this has been my go-to liner right now. So this is the NYX lip liner in the shade Nude Truffle. So I'm going to be using this one to line my lips. Well, that got out of hand real fast. I overlined it a little too much. Just go ahead and fix that real quick. One side of my lips, I think it's this side. This side of my lip is like way thinner than the other side, and it bothers me so much. So I always have to like overline it a little bit more just to get it to like somewhat even to match up with this side, but it's so frustrating. I wish it wasn't like that. It was funny because I was actually talking to my sister about it, and I was like joking around saying that I was gonna get lip filler to like make it even. There's nothing wrong with lip fillers if you do that. I mean, that's fine. Honestly, the only reason I would never do it is just because I'm fucking like terrified to get something injected into my lip. I don't know, I'm just scared of that. And also I feel like my lips are just too thin, that I feel like if I were to get any like filler or anything, I would just look absolutely insane. Like my lips would not be cute. But so, you know, I have to make it work with the lip liner. So then next I'm gonna be taking the MAC lipstick. This is in the shade Honey Love, and I'm gonna put that on. Like so. And then lastly, I'm gonna take a little bit of my Fenty gloss. This one is the Fenty Glow, the original. And I'm just gonna put a little bit, not too much. So here it is. This is it. This is the final look. This is you evolving. This is you in on all your cousins on Thanksgiving in the living room. You know, we be sitting there looking pretty, whatnot. But yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this makeup look, leave a little thumbs up down below. And go ahead and again subscribe to my channel if you want to keep seeing more videos from me. If you want to keep seeing my face, if you don't, it's fine, whatever. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.